Ahsoka Tano, one of the best Star Wars characters when it comes to characters introduced in the Clone Wars TV series. But what if I were to tell you that Dave Filoni's creation took pages from other Star Wars media? Star Wars Revenge of the Sith, the video game. Jedi Master Syndralik's Padawan, Serra Keto, who's introduced in the second half of the game. She's the first half of a boss fight where Anakin takes on and kills both of them, back to back.
You shouldn't have come here.
Serra, Syndralik's greatest pupil, has come to greet me.
Unrelated, but Anakin was thug life as hell in this game, but anyway. Serra Keto's similarities to Ahsoka may just seem like a happy coincidence off of a first glance, as I once thought, but once I started playing the game more intensely via Xbox's slept-on backwards compatibility, I started noticing all these undeniable similarities once I started maining her in the versus mode of this low-key Star Wars fighting game. I swear, she's high tier with these deadly stab combos, but anyway, let's go through the list. Serra Keto is a young Jedi Padawan to one of the most skilled Jedi Masters in the Order, similar to Ahsoka, although her Master is more powerful, but technically isn't a Master. In combination with what appears to be a similar age, they seem to share similar designs when looking at Ahsoka's Season 3 appearance mostly. Both of them wield green lightsabers and wear Jedi attire that shows more skin than the standard robes. Ahsoka even more though, funny enough, especially if you go off of Season 1. Which is quite funny because it's usually games that go more ham on that lewd stuff. But anyway, Serra may be limited to working with PS2 original Xbox graphics and drawn art, but she do be being bussin' for real, deadass on God. Like Ahsoka. But anyway, when going off of Season 3, Ahsoka becomes more on the nose as they start to share a similar Jedi attire design on top of Ahsoka now wielding two green lightsabers, just like Serra. Serra honestly sort of looks like one of those fan arts of Ahsoka, where they take a non-human character and then draw them as human. We've got design out of the way, but that may not be enough to prove this case. But there's more. The character herself, her attitude, her behavior, her trash talk that goes hard. Serra tends to trash talk her opposition with the best insults in the game in accordance to who she's dueling, which I'll play here.
Not bad for an old man. They're right. The dark side does make you ugly. You're breathing hard already. Which one of those buttons calls for help? Where did they dig you up from? Maybe you better sit this one out, old man. Oh yeah? You like that? That blaster won't help you.
I swear they gave her the best trash talk in the game, just so the local player losing to her may feel worse as she's the only playable woman in the game. And then they get to say, "Ha! You lost to a girl!" Just like the good old days of 2005, where people wouldn't get too mad at such a joke, but anyway. Some of these lines played into her arrogance a little too, but the point here is this was also one of Ahsoka's traits too. More so in the earlier seasons, but it went to the very end of the premature ending of the Clone Wars.
You must be General Grievous. He's just another tinny boys. Let's scrap him like the rest. If it isn't the hairless harpy. You're lucky Anakin didn't show up. The way you're fighting, you wouldn't have lasted long.
To be honest, their voices don't sound too far off despite being separate people. They sound more similar to each other than the Clone Wars actor does to the actual actor Hayden Christensen, which everyone likes to sweep under the rug for some reason. But anyway. Now we have the last point, which is the biggest cherry on the sundae, their fighting styles, their animations. Lore-wise, they both use the fast, acrobatic dueling style of Itaru, but beyond that, the similarities can easily be seen with the human eye. Serra Keto has a fast, agile, and acrobatic dueling style in her various attacks and dodges, and even her grab, as hers is the only grab in the game that starts with a jump. In the Clone Wars TV series, we of course know that Ahsoka tends to operate like this as well. Did I mention they both wield two green lightsabers? But yeah, with all these points added together, it's too much to be a coincidence. Dave Filoni clearly took inspiration from this and it's not too far-fetched to say he took inspiration from a game, because he already admitted that when bringing the Republic Commandos from their game into the Clone Wars. The odds of a mega Star Wars fan like him playing Revenge of the Sith's game is pretty much guaranteed. Not to say that his character of Ahsoka is a shameless ripoff of Serra or anything, as Dave Filoni obviously had the opportunity to flesh out the character more in a TV show than this video game's limited time where Serra only got like well under 7 minutes of voice lines, and a few even less mainstream books where she shared a cockpit seat with Anakin for some odd low-key cheating reason. Anyway, the blueprint was clearly taken, and it honestly may slightly feel slimy that he didn't throw a slight bone of credit at what he probably took pieces from. Ahsoka was one of the few great moments of the Clone Wars that he actually somewhat wrote himself, as opposed to the great arcs that George Lucas's daughter wrote, or George's idea of bringing back Maul, etc. Filoni's one thing was partially taken without him giving a piece of credit or admiration for the inspiration. I don't think there's another video out there besides what you're watching right now that points out these uncoincidental similarities. Well, hopefully Filoni's Ahsoka show turns out to be decent, unlike his work on The Mandalorian Season 3 where he wrote some of the worst Star Wars episodes ever. But anyway, I also hope this encouraged you to check out this cool Star Wars game that you can buy on current Xboxes for a mere $10 via Xbox's backwards compatibility. Really slept on fighting game that I wish got a spiritual successor with characters from other movies. It's also the closest thing you're going to get when it comes to playing as Ahsoka in a Star Wars game that actually has a serious tone that isn't Lego or Fortnite. But anyway, check out other great Star Wars videos like my Jedi Survivor Force Unleashed comparison, along with many others like Battlefront's Ide and Xbox nailing Star Wars games, and a few great prequel defenses. But anyway, thanks for watching.